Hey everybody, welcome here to my channel, and today I just wanted to share with you my top 5 favourite scenery mods. That isn't including the likes of Construction Anarchy and Freedom 2K, as they are more for me building tools, but I just wanted to share with you my favourite pieces from some of my favourite mods. The first up here is Catwalks. Catwalks can really just elevate any coaster that you build to a realistic level, and using catwalks can honestly just make such a difference. They have coaster nets, there's loads of different pieces for just doing basic catwalks along the lift hill or a brake run, but also some really cool evac pieces as well. So I'm just going to throw together really quickly here some catwalks for you just on a little piece of coaster track here that I've laid down. Today I'm going to go in and just make a small little basic station with a little plaza, and using the 5 mods that I've selected, and those 5 mods only, just to put something together to show you some of my favorite pieces, like I said, and what can be done with those pieces. But the catwalk pieces don't have to be just used for catwalks. I actually use these pieces for other things, such as like just general stuff, kind of pathing or stairs, maybe in a building or a warehouse, on the roofs of some buildings sometimes, where you might have like a little access point for something. So I can use all these pieces. There's some really cool like pieces that I'm using now as well to support the actual catwalks that can be used for many things. The nets as well, I don't just use those for coaster nets. Sometimes I use them as scenery pieces, maybe in like a fishing scene, or I can use them in many different ways. Especially with Freedom 2K, you could rotate those nets around and do all sorts with them. So the possibilities are endless with catwalks, but obviously the main use of them is for doing the catwalk access points on the coaster tracks or whatever you want to do, and I think they look really cool. And there is also like a little tiny light as well that comes with this mod that you can put on the handrails, which actually do blink at night time and give it a really cool atmospheric look. It really reminds me of looking up one of those big B&M lift hills in the dark, something like Kraken at SeaWorld, and seeing all those lights kind of twinkle on the lift hill. It looks really cool, especially in the game when you put it into night mode. But yeah, these are also recolorable as well. You can choose them whatever color you like to match the theme and the color of your ride. So here I'm just going to go along with the basic color scheme here of the in-game color on that coaster, which is the turquoise, and that looks really cool there. So yeah, that's catwalks. So next up here we have a mod that I find myself coming back to and back to continuously, and that is Fancytect. This mod has some really fantastic pieces. It's actually recently been updated with some really cool new walls with different cutouts that can match any theme, especially Arabian as well. But I'm going to do like an Arabian style thing today. That's just because some of the pieces here really lend themselves to that theme. But there are so many pieces in this mod that I really love. Mainly the fences, and I'll get onto that just in a second. But this mod, yeah, I really find if you want to elevate your fencing and put some more styles of fencing in to your parks, and also with matching lamps, this is the mod for you as well. Some really cool pieces in there. The variation in fences are really awesome, and they also come in different sizes. I mean, they're resizable, sorry, but they come as in you have the half tile, full tile, diagonal, curved as well. And obviously resizable is a great thing, and they are also draggable as well if you want to place them on the grid. They're also recolorable as well, so that's really cool. And what I really like to do is kind of combine a few of them together and make like a new fence. So here I put the wiggly fence on top of the stone fence, and I think that looks really cool. So I'm just going to lay some of those down for you now so you can kind of see how that looks, and then I'm going to color everything up and make it a little bit more cohesive with what I've got going on here. But yeah, I love this mod. I use it continuously, and I don't even use these fence pieces sometimes as fences. There's a really cool zigzag fence that I use for support structures in roofs sometimes. So the possibilities again are endless with what you can do with the pieces. There are some really cool building pieces as well, which I really love. And when I was building the Arabian map a few months back now for my challenge, I used this mod really a lot, and it really saved me with helping me with do like an Arabian style themed map. So I'm just going to build like a little tower now for you using some of the pre-built pieces, and they're so easy to throw together that you could definitely do this yourself and just combine the pieces in any way you like to create all different types of towers or whatever. And of course the pieces are also resizable as well, so that really helps with making variations in heights and widths and everything. And the roofs in this mod are fantastic. There's so many different style roofs, not just Arabian themed, but also more fantasy style roofs as well, and these are all obviously recolorable. There's different styles with the like the pattern on them as well. There has plain ones, there's stripy ones, swirly ones, onion domes, just kind of normal kind of towers that you'd find maybe on like a Disney main street, and these can come in these are really useful sometimes when trying to use different variations in building styles and different roofs and things when building some buildings. There's some cool lanterns in there as well, and I really love this roof piece, which is a tiled roof, which is really great for some texture, but the tiles are also slightly variable in color, which just makes it look a little bit better on the eye. So I'm just going to use those a little bit on the station roof there. Nothing crazy here, just a really basic build, but I just wanted to show you off these pieces. But yeah, absolutely love Fancytect. It's one of my favorite mods out there, and like I said, I do continuously find myself coming back to it and using it. So next up here we have a mod that also I can't live without, and that is the Max Freaks Foliage Essentials. This is the second set, the 2.0 set. The first set I really love as well. The second set is just a bit more combined. There's less pieces because they're colorable this time, and also they are resizable, so you can make your bushes as large or as small as you like. And yeah, there's just some really cool pieces in here. We have some normal kind of standard trees, more kind of like your trees you'd find in Europe. We also have some trees that are more tropical, and they can really help with your themes and your styling of your maps as well. Especially with the recolorable feature, you can really put some really cool tones within the trees and stuff that you build. Here I've just laid down a few bushes and also a palm tree there for you to see, and I'm just going to terra paint a little bit underneath those. But yeah, really simple there, but honestly this is a mod I really can't live without. I come back to it continuously to use those different pieces of foliage, and I like to sink some in the ground sometimes, or even use some of the trees sometimes as kind of foliage when I sink it down as well, to get different variations in texture. But yeah, a really great mod. I do really love the Essentials 1, but Essentials 2 is just as good, and if you're looking for a foliage mod, this is the one to get. So next up here is a mod that I honestly can't live without, and that is path covers, and they basically do what it says on the tin. They cover paths, and they're just great. And I mean, you can really just do anything you want with these. You can do plazas, really cool patterns, you could make some circles and swirls, you can do whatever you like, and it can really enhance the style of your pathing. Also for me, path covers really takes the pathing away from looking too gridded, and it can give it more of an organic look. So I really love that. I use path covers really a lot, and especially these curved pieces, which you can do some really fun things with. So I'm going to do like a little curved kind of plaza bit in front of the entrance to this coaster here, just to kind of make it look a little bit more obvious, and just to give it a bit of a design. And yeah, you can also use these pieces as well as roofs. Sometimes if I'm doing like a large showroom for like a dark ride, or for a some main street buildings or something, I like to use these as well, especially if I've got some diagonal buildings or some round buildings as well. So they can be used for roofs and path covers. But they're really cool, and also they're really cool if you combine them with actual standard in-game paths. So you can get like some textures here, like I've got the brick, and then I've got some path covers as well. I'm going to change the colors a little bit of these, but you get the idea there of what they can be used for, and I think they are a great thing to have if you want to download a mod. Also something really cool you can do with them is maybe like make like a compass on the floor. I've done that before as well in a park, so the possibilities are endless. So next up here is a mod that has to be currently one of my absolute favorites, and that is Resortitect. Now it's mainly for pools and hotels, but the pieces within this mod are so universal, they can be used for so many things. Especially if you like doing backstage areas. There's so many pieces in here. You've got bricks, boxes, crates, brooms, you've got forklift trucks, bins, trash, all the kind of stuff that you would find in a backstage area. So that's really cool if you want to detail up some of that kind of stuff. But it doesn't stop there when it comes to this mod. There are some really cool other pieces in here, like air vents and things, or AC units to put on the roofs of your buildings, which is a really great detail. Also escalators if you want to do like shopping malls. There's also various evacuation pieces, flags, you name it, it's in this mod. It's really good for doing gift shop stuff as well. If you want to make a gift shop and you want to have t-shirts and things hanging on the wall, or different things that you could buy in a gift shop, this mod has it, and they're resizable as well, so you can place those down within a gift shop to give it some like extra detail and theming. But some of the things I really love in here, and this is the I-beams. Now It might sound a bit silly to you, but these I-beams are so cool because they have a really cool texture to them of looking like actual iron, and I just think they're so useful for doing frames and things. So I'm just putting some down here to give you an example of maybe some like supports maybe for like a transfer track area. There's a ladder there. There's also some lockers, so I'm going to make a little locker area here in front of the ride where the guests could store their items. Just again, another little detail that you might want to add into your park that this mod has. But there are some really cool items within this mod that are just so useful for many different situations, and it's definitely my go-to mod at the moment. If you're looking into downloading some mods for the first time, I definitely recommend maybe just getting Resortitect to start off with, because the pieces in there are really awesome. I also really love these poles and beams. They are also resizable. They come in small, medium and large as well, of thickness, and also the textures. There's a shiny one and a non-shiny one, and I use these constantly as well for making little frames and things. As you saw there, I just put a canopy down, but I want to support that canopy with some poles just to make it more realistic, and the poles within this mod are so useful for doing that. So they're also recolorable as well, and I've just made them like a dark kind of burnt yellow orangey color, and just really easy to put down as well. So that's kind of that. But also, if you're into making billboards or putting signs up in your park, this mod also has some really cool billboard or signage. Rotating pieces, round pieces, there's different like square pieces, there's some signs that you can stand on the floor, and obviously you can put your own images into these by dropping a picture into the Parkitect file on your computer. But that's really cool. I really love using those as well. And also some really cool pillars, which are resizable, recolorable. There's lots of different styles of pillars, and again, these are super useful. I use these a lot for detailing and just adding a little bit more pizzazz to my buildings, adding some like details on the side of walls or something like that. So they're really cool. There's pipes in there as well, and lots of different things for doing kind of sci-fi if you want to do some sci-fi stuff, and also some really cool plant pots. I'm just going to place a few of those outside the front here of like this tower where the entrance to this ride would be. If you also want to make like pools or things for like a swimming pool for a hotel maybe that you built, all the pieces are in there for swimming pools, like umbrellas and surfboards and deck chairs and inflatables, all the kind of things that would maybe be in the hotel. But this has been really cool today. I hope you've enjoyed a look into my top 5 favorite scenery mods. I'm also thinking about maybe doing my top 5 flat ride mod or my top 5 coaster mod, just to show you what I kind of use the most or my favorite stuff that's within the modding community of Parkitect. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time here on my channel for another video. Bye!